Welcome back, family. This is the talented 10th financial coach Jay coming at you with some more content on today. We just want to say good day to you wherever you at in the country, in the world. And we just want to bring some content to you today on building generational wealth. We have been talking very extensively about building wealth using the vehicle of the Roth 401k, a tremendous vehicle because we know that once you pull that money out, it's all tax free, growth free, interest, all of that, compound interest free. And when I say free, that means you already paid taxes on it when it was going in. You already fulfilled the tax requirement. So when you go to pull that money out under the Roth IRA, that money is all tax free. And we've already talked about the rules on the earnings part of it, 59 and a half before, so you won't be penalized and everything. So you got all of that. One of the things I want to go in today is talking about the compound interest. I actually did the math wrong in our last session. I was using the couple that had 500,000, and I multiplied by three, and that gives you 1.5 million when we're talking about our Coast Financial Independence number. That Coast Financial Independence basically is you reach a goal. We said they reached a $500,000 goal at the age of 35 because they were doing the heavy lifting from the age of 20 to 35. And they reached this goal where they don't have to invest any money, and that money can coast into their financial freedom. So what I did by mistake, and when I said, I was like, I think I said that wrong. So I want to come back and correct that. Let's talk about compound growth. Once again, this couple is using the vehicle of the the Roth IRA. We're moving into the 401k, but we'll talk about that eventually. So let's talk about it for a moment. The compound interest. Einstein said compound interest is the eighth greatest wonder in the world because this thing it magnifies. So we're going to use the compound interest on a 10% rate of return, assuming a 10% rate of return every year, and that's reasonable because if you we talked about investing in index funds, S&P index funds, and so this $500,000 when we do the compound interest, and we said we're going to run that out. We're going to do 10%. So 72, the rule of 72 is what it's called. 72 divided by whatever you think the compound growth is going to be, and that'll give you the number of years. So you got the 72 on the outside of the bracket. On the left side of it, you got 10 for 10%, and on the top is 7.2. All right, so let's do the math on it real quick. And I did the math on it, and we're going to run it out for 21.6 years because each increment of 7.2, 7.2, 7.2. So you got three of those. And that's why we get the 21.6 years. And this couple is 35 at the time. They have $500,000 and a 10% compound growth on that. So we'll run that out, and that's almost $4 million. That couple no longer investing that $500,000 and they just ride it out. They'll be like 56 years old, 56.6 years old to be exact. And once again, when they can start drawing the money out, tax-free, interest-free, growth-free, all of that at the age of 59 and a half and never be taxed on any of the money, whatever that account is. And so by then, that money will be about $4.5 million once you get 59 and a half, because we ran out this scenario out, 72 divided by 10. The 10 stands for the 10% compound growth, and then that gives you every 7.2 years, the money should double. Every 7.2 years based off of 10% compound growth. And that's based on the rule of 72. That's how you get that jump. That's why we say this couple can stop investing in their Roth IRA if they want to at the age of 35, and by the time they're ready to retire at 69 and a half, interest free, compound free, growth free, everything is not accounted for tax purposes because you've already paid taxes on it, and all that money is growing tax free, interest free. Powerful tool. So that's why we want to use these vehicles to be able to to build our generational wealth. And watch this. And I think I shared this before, but I'm going to share it again. So say, for instance, they pass away at 59 and a half. Watch this. This is magical. And Congress just changed this. They used to call it the stretch IRA, where the people could stretch it out, that money out over time. But the Congress said, no, we want them to take all this money out within a 10-year period. At the 10-year mark, you got to have all of that money out. So whoever the beneficiaries are, they got to have all that money out that they inherited. An inherited IRA is what it's called. So you can draw it all out in the first year, or you can draw it all out during that 10-year cycle, or it's got to be gone by the 10th year. At that 10th year, you got to have all that money out of that inherited IRA. And guess what? The beauty of it is, it's still tax-free, interest-free. So your parents or whoever that left you that money, they left you with a tremendous blessing and not a curse. So I want to come back and correct that immediately, because I realized that I had done the math wrong. Like I told you before, I don't do any editing. I just do everything. It's pretty much live. I just hit send and just let it be. I'm not an editor or anything like that. And maybe get around to it. But I think I just want to do everything just raw, so you guys can see. And if I make a mistake, I will come back and I will correct it, like I'm doing right now. I said 1.5 million, and I was just multiplying it by 3. Wrong. There's a double. The first year, the first double is in 7.2 years. You got $1 million, and then you keep doubling every 7.2 years. The next time it's $2 million. The next time, with the compound growth and all that, the next 7.2 years, it goes up to, like I said, it was $3.9 million at the end of that 21. Actually, it was 21. I think I did 22, either 21 or 22.6. But you got the gist of it. Every in this scenario with the 10% compound growth, every 7.2 years, the money should double. All right. So I hope you guys received something from that. I'm going to make this one shorter than normal because I just want to come back and make that correction. And then we'll go into the 401k. I just want you guys to be thinking about that. And if you can go to your plans administrator, if you're in a company, and just ask them about their 401k program, because we're going to dive into it. We're going to dive into investigating some of the funds that are in your 401k. I'll give you an example of what's in mine, so you can kind of see before you make decisions on which one you want to invest in, because they'll just throw you in a target date fund, which is all fine, but let's see if we can get the best bang for your buck. And once again, I'm Financial Coach Jay, Talented 10 Financial Coach Jay, and I'm just coming with you with entertainment. I'm not a legal advisor. I'm not a tax advisor. I'm not a CPA or CFA or anything like that. But I am coming to you with what has worked for me, and maybe it'll give you something to think about, and you go do your own investigation and do your own homework and your research, and you make the best decision for yourself, because ultimately all of this depends on your personal finances, your personal goals that you have set for you as well as your family, who will receive benefits once you leave this earth realm. So I am probably just going to leave you with this and send this out right now. So you guys, see you on the next journey. Continue to walk by faith and not by sight.